thought today what I would do, and whoever wants to join, just go through the different groups, look at some interesting games, go from there, because I think most games are already done. It looks like for Group B, most games are done. There might be one here. Flash and Sleepy Segment. I think I had Sleepy Segment as my favorite. Or who had it? Yeah, it was me actually. So, doing terribly. Bato, please do well. Did anyone have TY? Oh, so Astro had TYT. Okay, so Astro doing well. Let's see this last game. Crimson Order versus Breakers. I'm assuming. I'm surprised Breakers are doing so well in Division B. Ooh, a blast play. Okay, interesting. How does Devout work? Oh, is added to your owner's hand? Is it is it agent to? Do you never want to capture devout cultists as Takulu? You're just helping your opponent, I guess. Actually, it doesn't matter. You're only getting one dice roll regardless. So maybe it's important to capture them and just put them as far away as possible. Maybe that's one way of dealing with Crimson Order cultist spam. Yeah, this game. Who knows who's gonna win this game? I have no clue. But we shall see. Alright, any other interesting games here? Real Llama and TYT. Did they play each other yet? Does not look like it. But I guess whoever are the top two have to play each other 3 times again afterwards. Alright, off to Division A. Alright, so we have Davoud currently leading, potentially topping it, or at least being tied with Mr. Beast, or sorry, Doctor Doom, and potentially Oliver if Oliver is able to 3-0 his last 3 matches. Let's see how Davoud's looking in this Chibata game. Two really good players, and Davoud has his birds and Chibata on his Savannah Elf, so it should be a fun game. Uh, I guess a little bit Ava favored, but I'm not sure what Davoud's last few cards are. And it's also Savannah Elves' turn right now, it looks like. So, could probably go anyway. But 6 mana, or 6 magic, I guess. Yeah, most likely. Who knows where it's going to go. Alright, let's look at some other games. Um, and then after I just check out, I'll check out soon the full games, but I just want to see how it's shaping up right now. Let's look at Oliver's 3 games, see how they're going. See, does he have a chance to tie with Doctor Doom and potentially Davoud? 3-way tie. Do who would I rather be in this situation? Whose turn is it, I guess? Oop, didn't mean to go all that way for there. So interesting. I think I would try to block these 2 gate spots and just get a full surround on the gates. Sarah's not in that much danger. I guess this is safer. The problem is that this gives Mountain Vargath or Slag a chance of summoning Quinn or something, and Quinn is probably really good against this formation, especially in this tiny junction. Quinn is probably will get massive value. And if you can have both Quinn and Varn, you can do some crazy tricks of basically getting Quinn in there, getting a nice shot off, and then making Quinn very safe by using Varn's ability because it does work on champions. So we'll see. Uh, who would I favor here? Probably even, to be honest. Slightly Mountain Vargath, but their gates, if they don't have another gate, then I'd say Vanguards. Let's see, this one, how many turns has this been? Only 8 turns? Okay, who knows? Though I know that this is a very hard matchup in general for Fallen Kingdoms. So we'll see. Ooh, gets the hit. Ice Axe is so, Ice Pick's so good. I think the best part about Ice Pick is that, or Ice Smith, when you have it, is that you just don't have this dreaded, you just cannot miss with melee, and if you miss, it actually feels better because you get a special, so you get 2 more damage. Yeah, Ice Smith's so good. I'm curious if there's any crazy combos with Ice Smith in custom games. Okay, the last one. So Oliver's playing Savannah Elves. Whiff. Why didn't you attack with the lion though? What? That was definitely a misplay. I'm so confused. Why did you attack with the rhino, not the lion? Whatever. Um, this does not look good for Ava, but they probably have a chance if they're able to break open this gate here and get a nice either what's that event called? Sky Assault, or even if Abu is stuck in this area, you can, as Ava, be very annoying where Abu basically has no spaces to really to move. So I'd say this is anyone's game, even though it does look really bad for Ava right now. Turn and face the stream. Yes, yes, I will do that, Eden. Raz. Yeah, no, it could definitely be that we have a 3-way tie for first um, in Pool A, or I guess Group 1 of Round 3. But I'll go through some of the games later. All right, so it seems like Pool 2 is basically done outside of maybe also Wart has a bunch of games they haven't finished yet. So I'm assuming there's a shampoo game, yeah. Let's see the last 2 games here. Make some predictions. All right. This looks bad for Mountain Vargath. Yeah, I would not want to be Mountain Vargath here. The problem is when you push into Krusk's territory, um, it's just you can summon riders everywhere around. Like you don't need a summoning spot really. So if you're gonna go into Krusk's territory, you better be sure you have some good defense. Um, is there a kill here? Let's see. There potentially is, to be honest. With 7, yeah, Krusk could die this turn. I don't think this was the best play by Wart. I don't know what events were played. Maybe the events were played. Let's see. Player 2 played the event. So they've only played martial forces and 1 ramming. So there is a world here where Krusk is just dead next turn if Ander BT has the right hand. We'll see. We shall see. Um, maybe all the brutes are already summoned. That'd be the other way this makes sense because you need a brute to get the rider away. Okay, let's see the other game. This is the Shampoo game. So Shampoo has a chance of going 4-0 if he wins this game. Yeah, honestly, I don't know either. All right, this is this matchup. This was the league matchup. I'm not the biggest fan of this matchup, though. Maybe with the buffs, it makes it more interesting for both sides. Um, but I mean, I guess I'd rather be Crimson Order in this place. But Sarah still has 5 health, so no potentially, unless you roll perfect dice, Sarah's not going to die. Um, unless Daymar gets up there, but I don't think Daymar's going to try to get up there with 3 health. But yeah, you have one convert. Looking not the best for Shampoo, but he's playing Vanguard, so who knows? This game might go on for another, 10 rounds at least. And it's already 25 rounds. My God. I'm not the biggest fan of this matchup. Alrighty. Let's go to, I think those are the last games, which we haven't seen yet from this pool. Um, any other games? Ace Guy versus Psych. Okay, let's see that game. How's Psych doing? 1-2. Then Ace Guy is 2-1. So Ace Guy, if he wins this game, could potentially be. I've never played Ace Guy, I think. But always cool to see new faces or new names. Oh, Psych's playing the trees. But it's trees, so normally I'd root for the trees, but it's against Fungal Dwarves, so I'm a little less, whoever wins, I'm happy. Let's say it that way. But for Eden, I'll root for the trees here. I'll root for Psych. Tree lovers. This mage has an absurd amount of boost on it. Ooh, that's a good one. Rooting for the trees. I feel like this matchup is probably. Is it brutal for trees? I'm not sure. This is interesting. This would be an amazing league matchup, I think. I have no idea who's supposed to win this. Thune looks like it's doing work, though, so maybe Ace Guy has a good shot here. A 7/7 Thune. I don't think I've ever seen a Thune play, let alone with a uh, 5 boost on it or more. That's exciting, though. Whoever wins this game, I can't be mad. I'll say it that way. I'll be happy with both factions, win or lose. Okay. Uh, let's go through some games then. So starting with Pool 1. Uh, I guess we can go through the first game. Currently the top 2 players in Pool 1. How that went. Dr. Doom versus Davoud. So Davoud I know is a very good Fallen King player, and I know Dr. Doom plays a lot of Eternal Council also. So should be an interesting matchup. All right. So I already saw the first couple moves here. Davoud does a good job using discard to get a carrier back. You'll see it after this. Oh, the whiff. The worst feeling, especially against carriers. Anytime you whiff versus a carrier, you know it's going to come back. Oh, check that out later, Nestle. That sounds amazing. Yeah, you versus Davoud would be a very fun matchup to see or to watch because you guys are both very you both can be very aggro players. Not that you always play that way. What's up, Eden? Fungal Grove. Oh my God. Are they able to be in the same deck building? Do their symbols work? Not sure. I don't think so, probably. But maybe I'm wrong. A nice play by both of them. Damn, those are. I'll watch it. Yeah, those games are always intense. I'm happy. It seems like at least it was a very, like you said, it was a really close game. Even if you lose, yeah. But that always sucks when two good players are not able to advance because of a game against each other. Ooh, it's a Hellmaw game. All right, Nestle. I have to watch it then. Definitely have to watch. I love Forge games. Forge versus Fallen Kingdom sound very fun. Oh no, this is the worst feeling when it's your turn. You like okay, your opponent has ended their turn. You look at it, it's like a bunch of carriers, just nightmares. No wonder they're the zombie faction. Yeah, Davude Fallen Kingdoms is so good. Nice play. So where does Edia? Does Edia go down a space? I'm assuming. Yeah, that's nice. I'm curious if there's a. I mean, definitely Doctor Doom's playing the learn for um, the boost, but I'm curious if they keep a boost on it after, or if they use both. Just because the events, I guess, besides outside of Purge, the events Vitalis has are really good. Like imagine a bunch of knights coming out of each other with blood summon. That'd be so scary. Oh, I guess the 2 for 2. All right, I'm curious if Davoud. I haven't watched too much of Davoud's Fallen Kingdom um, in this tournament, but I'm curious, or the previous one either. I'm curious if he goes for uh, always going Gul'das if possible, because I'm like convinced Gul'das is just broken as hell at 10. It's so hard to deal with. That's what Oliver likes doing. Is he or they? I'm not sure the gender. Um, love every matchup getting Gul'das out, and I think it's definitely a good strat. Nice, some nice warrior plays. This is also scary for the newer players because these warriors will keep the 2 boosts. So Davu's now at 7, so I'm assuming a champion's going to come out next. But I like how Doctor Doom's playing Eternal Council, staying in the back, just abusing the fact that Fallen Kingdoms has not the best at all ranged, if not one of the worst range factions, because archers are just so inefficient. Like you never want to manually summon an archer unless you have a combo. Like 2 magic for this is pretty bad. Mostly you want to try to raise the dead or summon them through blood summon. Or if you have a combo, go for it, of course. All right, so no champion, just going for more carrier valley. Makes sense. I guess the thing is with Ret, you're not too scared of Eternal Council coming out of nowhere, unless Edia's more forward up. But at the same time, Edia probably likes playing this more passive, going for value. Interesting matchup, especially with the tournament buffs to Fallen Kingdoms. Hmm. These 2 warriors have had 2 boost on them for so long. I think it's been like what 3 or 4. Yeah, Vexer is very nice with the advice. So I'm happy he was able to help you in that matchup, Nestle. Because a lot of matchups I just have never like I play the faction a lot, but I've just never seen that. Uh, for example, uh, I was asking Prophet for help, or at least with advice, not really for help, before the game when I was playing Filth because I just had no clue how the matchup went. I knew he was really good at both those factions. So yeah, I guess a tip for newer players is don't be afraid to ask people for advice. I think the worst someone can do is not respond to you, but no one's ever gonna be mad for giving you advice. Oh, interesting. Then why do you choose I think uh did you choose Forge just to because you thought they were a cool faction, or just to see how they are, or what was the reasoning behind choosing or just for fun, I guess? I do think Forged are like super duper strong. Um, like I think it's one of those factions where if more people played Summoner Wars, like if we had like a player base, 10 times larger, like maybe Forge would be like a more prevalent than it actually is as people figure out more and more tricks. But they're just so complicated. Um, oh, really, Nestle? That's hilarious. That's funny. Well, it's cool. Look, you almost made it to the last round with with a faction you didn't even know you were picking. That kind of, I mean, I know Ben did that last time, his last tournament before he stopped playing for a bit. But maybe next tournament I do that. I just random four factions, or like maybe two factions. One faction I really like maybe Sand Goblins, which I know I like, and then maybe like one faction I want to learn, and then just two randoms or something. Could be a lot of fun. Guess the 3-on-3 for the gate. Edie has so much boost. So much boost. This inside, or yeah. Yeah, this inside's going nowhere. Oh, interesting. What's this cultist doing here? Oh, purging. Makes sense. Why do you not like playing Tundra Orc games? I thought it's your favorite faction, or is it just they had a really low win rate though this tournament. Oh, let me pause this so we don't miss anything. They had yeah, 40. I think they were like 30 before, but they went up a little bit. Um, all right, who would I rather be here? I guess it's pretty even right now, I'd say. I'm surprised Davu doesn't use more gates. I know they had one gate which got destroyed, but I know what was his name? He retired, or he stopped playing right as I joined. He's the one who still has the most titles for oh yeah, Tundra or Crimson Order. Yeah, Crimson Order is also the most picked faction. I I know your pain. I know your pain. Yeah, it's interesting. There's some factions which are just oh yeah, Donkey. That's what you were saying. Yeah, Eden, you're completely right. Donkey. Donkey loved pushing up with Ret and having something like all the gates possible to have Ret in a position where Blood Summon would be very useful. Okay, I see. So Davood has another gate, but it's interesting how defensive the gate is. Um, though at the same time, this is a nice gate in terms of you have two summon spots versus if it was forward, this summon spot would basically be shared and easily blockable. Yeah, I feel the same way with Storm Goblins, and I think Shoots and Prophet also had the same experience with Storm Goblins, where it's just yeah, like Tundra Orcs or like a lot of these sort of B tier factions. It's very matchup dependent. Some matchups feel amazing, some matchups are 50-50, and then there's just like those matchups which you just can't win. And I feel like the top factions right now, Sand Goblins and Shadow Elves, uh, Savannah Elves, Cloaks, Filth. Like those are all super versatile factions, which might have one bad matchup, but outside of that, they can do fine against everything. Um, I think it's one of the reasons why Shadow Elves are just so good this tournament. Like they have an absurd win rate for how much they're picked, and especially in the final pool, there's so many Shadow Elves. All right, so Doctor Doom's going for Takulu. Interesting. I think there's been zero blood summons also at this point. It's a little bit dangerous position by Edia. You don't want to get double blood summoned on. And I know Davood has those blood summons in hand. I know it. Yeah, I think Shadow Elves do need a little bit of a tuning. Because I think at first the idea was that only the best players can play them. Takulu. Takulu. Oh, did I say Takulu? Ilya doing work. This inside's been on forever. How does inside work? I guess so. The boost count on this card, so it doesn't like get transferred. Okay, that's why you discarded it. I see. I see. I don't know. This looks dangerous. But at the same time, if Doctor Doom can get past the next, 2-3 turns, oh, the complete whiff, they might be in a good spot. Yeah, I think Shadow Elves do need to be changed, especially now that I think when one or two players were doing good at them, it was questionable. But now that the majority of pool three, like the most picked faction and the highest winning right now is Shadow Elves. Um, should be looked at. I don't think it needs to be a big nerf, but definitely I agree with maybe a Seeker nerf or the passive of the Summoner maybe being increased by to 3 boost or something. Who knows? I think you can play around with it in tournament and then change it in the game if it becomes good. Or it could be one of those things where you just need to change it during the tournaments, to be honest. Oh, what a play by Davoud! What a play! That was pretty sick, actually. So, if you guys didn't see, I didn't really talk about it. So what happened in the last turn? So let's see what happened here. So Edia was anyways in a little bit of a weird, a dangerous position, let's say that way. But I understand why Doctor Doom did it, because if they're able to survive basically a couple of turns, um, they're probably fine. They also probably calculated how many warriors are already summoned. Um, but let's see. So Davoud basically brings the warrior over here. And then his last hand is double. I wonder, I'd have to ask him how long he kept on to these Hellforge weapons, or whether this is his last hand. But it's a nice Fallen Kingdoms play. And I'm assuming it also doubles the damage in terms of how much damage the warrior takes. But yeah, dies. That'd be hilarious if he didn't roll the special though. And then is able to get the archer for the kill. Nice game by both players. Uh, be interesting to ask Doctor Doom why they didn't include. I guess the idea was to just get as much damage on Eddie as possible, get Katu up to 6 or 7, where I can just start one-shotting everything, and go from there. Because I guess after this point, yeah, it would have been hard. Oh, it doesn't damage the ability it takes? Oh, okay, interesting. Oh, interesting. Okay, okay. So it's not like an upgrade, I guess. Because if it was an upgrade, it would replace itself. I see, I see. Let's see, Hellforge weapon. Eat. Okay, so it only does that. Okay, that's very cool though. All right, great game by both players. Um, we can watch your game, Nestle, next, and then we can go back to pool. Assuming it's this one, yeah. I see, because you have the tiebreaker on Wart. No, it would have been a three-way tie, and then you would have won because of overall. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. And also, you have your factions are by far the lowest. 136 versus 167 and 220. I see. You don't take 2 damage. Makes sense. Where is it? Is this from pool one? Okay, this one. How many times have you played Forge, Nestle? Is it over under 10? Let me close some windows so it goes quicker. All right. So this is an interesting matchup because I feel like both factions probably it's like a weird mix of aggro and probably being defensive. Like you don't want to get blood summoned on. At the same time, you want to push into their territory. Um, and also, carriers are probably very annoying. But at the same time, you can probably clear out carriers so quickly. So I can understand why you were asking for help, Nestle. It's a strange matchup. Very strange matchup. Wait, I thought Davude never played solo or public queue. Why does he have a golden Fallen Kingdom? Davude, Davude, you betrayed me. Season 2. Okay, okay, never mind. All right, it's able to get the kill on the carrier. Yeah, you want to kill your Ember Cog just because you don't want a free carrier chain here, and then get the Mag Cog out of the way. I guess this is one way of playing it. Just trying to make Ret come to you because you definitely have better ranged. I'm curious if the Centric. Oh my god, he gets the 3 out of 3. That's shitty. I guess at least the Adventor gets to move up a little bit if they want to. Yeah, I'm assuming Davude keeps double warrior. Yeah. So a trick with Fallen Kingdoms is that you want to have, if you have one or two warriors, especially on the Blood Summon turn, you can, and your opponent's not cautious, you can easily one-shot them, especially at 10 health. All right, we see a lot of archers. Maybe we see an archer chain. Oh, this is very annoying what Davude's doing. Just chaining archers. Mm-mm. Yeah, I think it's always harder. It's hard to rewatch your game sometimes, but sometimes it's good just to realize what you did wrong, especially on factions you're not the most comfortable with. But I mean, the 3-on-3 on your Sentry Cog afterwards was also very unfortunate. Hmm. That's cool using the build phase to get the cog there. I guess that's I didn't really think about that because usually I see Forge pushing up, but the Forge like Sand Goblins, most of their units are structures, so you can just summon them on your half of the board. Yeah, no worries. I'm assuming it looks kind of like a grindy match. Does Davude? I think if Davude gets Gul'das, also is really hard for you. Gul'das looks like really good. Cause like I was thinking about it, like if you summon a 6 cost, how much value do you need it for from it to make it worth? Probably for it to kill like 3 units, 2 3 units, marrying the how expensive the units are. And Gul'das can very easily do that. It's also like, do you want to spend so much time trying to kill this 10 health unit? Oh, he discards it. Interesting. After I say all this stuff. Oh, Helma! That's an early Helma. Ooh, this is exciting. This is exciting. Oh no! Oh no! That's unfortunate. All right, we're getting a blood summon. I'm assuming to try to one-shot this Helma. All these archers are going down, I'm assuming. Oh, actually not. Interesting. Okay, going for the more conservative. I guess when you have this many warriors at this high boost, you're kind of chilling. and then potentially getting Helma down to 4. Mm. Okay, but this is a nice position, especially if you have a. I'm assuming you have a barricade up front. You can get some nice value here. So what's the attack order here? What's up, B's8? What's up? We're just going through some tournament games. We're watching Nestle versus Davoud. Currently, this is a round 2 game, but it's a very interesting matchup. Um, and yeah, so far it's been a lot of fun to watch. Helma getting so much value. Also keeping Helma safe here. I like it. I like it. Do you go for Blast Forge here? What do you hit here? Helma or do you hit? Never mind. You have to use all attacks on the Blast Forge. I'm curious what that would have attacked there, the Inventor or Helma, if they had not whiffed. Hmm. Yeah, I know what you're saying, Nestle. Especially against like factions like Fungal Dwarves or like spreading factions. Like dice whiffs feel the worst. Um, like I've had a spree against playing as or for. That's a funny thing. Even when you're playing as, like Fallen Kingdoms or Fungal Dwarves, if you whiff like a necessary infect, it always feels so bad. And then as your opponent, if they hit, a ton of 3 out of 3s or 2 out of 2s, and it feels like they're never missing any 2 out of 2s as carriers, it is the most frustrating. Or if you're unable to clear them. Yep, agreed, Eden. I think you're playing. I agree with you, Nestle. I think your first couple of turns could have been a little bit more optimized. At least, look, I'm no expert um, at this faction, but I think currently you're playing very well. Interesting. I'm curious. Like I said, I'm no expert. I wonder if they would put modular on gate or not. But modular on Helma sounds really good. I think usually I just see Helma. Oh no, the whiff again. I'm sorry, Nestle. I'm sorry. That's so shitty. Also because like you'd have gotten so many spare attacks with these if you didn't have these whiffs. Was this also your last game? This was like, the last game and necessary for you going to the next round? Like the deciding one? Yeah. There are games like that. David's playing this smart, just making you try to go with it to him. He can just have this warrior attack, slowly chip away at this gate and potentially this barricade. Um, but also, I guess, was this a Vexer's advice or was this your idea to stay on your half of the field? I think that makes a lot of sense, to be honest. Yeah, in retrospect. Ah, yeah, no, it sucks. I'm sorry. This is probably gonna hit the 2 out 2. Yeah, yeah, that's the worst feeling. You're like, why can't it whiff for me? I mean, you guys both have had whiffs, but you definitely have had some crazy melee dice whiffs. Like, why couldn't the Davoon had the 1 out 2 with the last one, right? Not this one. I see, I see. Hmm. True, B's8. True. Except if the Fallen Kingdoms player is playing me, then if they play me, they're always going to hit the 2 out 2, of course. Of course, of course. I'm not going to remember any of the 1 out 2s they get, or 0 out 2s. my mind conveniently deletes those memories. Because, I only lose because I'm unlucky, right? Yep, yep. No, I'm kidding. Oh no, the whiff again. That's tragic. Yeah, no, I agree, Nestle. You should be very proud. This Helma also living this long because it's been at 4 health the entire game basically. Hmm. I honestly think with the tournament buffs, and let me know if you guys disagree, that Fallen Kingdoms is like low S tier or like maybe top A tier with tournament buffs. But maybe I'm wrong. I think it's just people have gotten better at playing them. Because before I think it was literally just Donkey who could play them well, and maybe OL. Like this was like 3 years ago. Um, but now there's so many good Fallen Kingdom players. I think they were really broken. I think it was like 3 or 4 tournaments ago when they gave Rhett Talus I think 2 extra health or something crazy. It was like 2 or 3. There's a I think Real Llama had something like that. Oh no, yeah. Yeah, the carrier chain. All carriers are up. Yeah, the 4 out of 4. Oh, and then the whiff. Nestle, I'm sorry. It's tragic. But yeah, I can see you're saying this game is coming down to the wire. Was the tournament buff Rhett getting 1 or 2 extra health? I think it was 1 this tournament, right? Or was it 2? Hmm. I see. That makes sense. Yeah, just to keep recycling. But you're playing really well. I think this Helma, I didn't. The modular Helma has been doing so much work. I mean, like you said, I wish it was whiffing less. Um, but overall, it's doing really well. Oops, sorry. Because this is after it attacks or after it kills something. I see, after it attacks. Makes sense. This Blast Forge potentially is getting some mad value. All right, this is a big 3 out of 3. Hmm. I'd have to look at it again. I think. Uh, ooh, nice, nice. All right, no whiffs. I guess you go for this first, yeah. Check it. The 3 out of 3, nice. The problem is that this Blast Forge is going to turn into a, a carrier next. Uh, the tragedy of playing. Oh, nice! I forgot about Helma. All right. And then you pray for the 3 out of 3. Oh no, the whiff! That's a big whiff. True, true, true. Nestle, I keep forgetting about Helma and how good it is. Yeah, Helma seems like a must play in this matchup. Yeah, every summoner should have Grognard's ability for real. Yep, yep. Agreed. Agreed. Oh, the 4 out of 4! Hit the coin flip. This is also pretty painful. And then the carrier doesn't even die. It's a pretty long one. Let's see. 40. I mean, that's one of the longest games I've ever seen. Oh, the whiff again. Oh, oh. Helma. Helma has not been hitting. I'm curious if you check the dice stats after this game. I mean, I can check it also quickly. Specifically, Helma feels like it's whiffing a lot. Ah. Hmm. I like that. It's nice positioning. Alrighty. You have like one more Helma, or actually no, you probably have two more turns with Helma. This is actually really close, Nestle. This is really close, like you said. A lot closer than I thought it would be. If you had like one or two more commons left, you probably would have won this game. Hmm. I mean, you know Dawood's sweating here also. Yeah, this is a super close game. I see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If he didn't go 4-4 on the Blast Forge, and that way the Helma would have lived here. But instead, he gets infected, and then at this point, the game is basically over. Yeah. No, I completely agree, Nestle. That was probably the biggest turn. If they didn't hit the three ranged, two melee, I think that's probably a coin flip, right? So I guess you could say this game came down to a coin flip. Yeah, I know what you're saying, Nestle. Like these grinded games can be so annoying. Especially this game is up to 40, and you guys are probably both going low at time on time. And then here, probably the archer, the Helma also gets infected. Does he get the 2 out of 2? Oh, devastating. Hmm. I mean, look, Nestle, you can be proud. You are the current tournament. You're the most recent tournament winner. That was a 6 series you had against OL. I watched it with Tortuga I think, or Chibata, one of the two. 6 series. Um, so, and also I think this game, look, you have nothing to be ashamed of. This was a great game by you, and you're also playing arguably the best Fallen Kingdoms player on a faction you don't main, and you almost won, right? So you should be proud. You should be proud. Nice, nice, nice. But yeah, this game's over. This is the slow death. Oh, you have no more cards. Okay, we're done with that. We don't need to watch you slowly lose to a bunch of carriers. All right. I think the way to look at it, Nestle, um, and for anyone else who's in the tournament, as long as you're happy the way you played, like you said, um, just be proud because look, at the end of the day, it is a dice game, and of course, usually the player with the better player wins, but a lot of times it's very matchup dependent, very dice dependent, and especially like when you have a tournament where only the top two make it out of a group of 10 or 9, was it? Yeah, a group of 9. Um, RNG doesn't matter, right? Like an 80% hit rate if you're playing, 10 games, that means it's gonna miss, sometimes twice. So just play to have fun, and you'll, yeah. You like that? So I used to play when I first joined the Summoner Wars. What, I guess 2 years ago at this point. I just love Fallen Kingdom, and I was like, what is the most troll profile I can have? And I was like, Biter looks pretty troll, and then these these skull symbols look very cool. Maybe I'll change it one day. But I haven't played Fallen Kingdoms in like a year. Yeah, Tundra Orc versus Crimson Order. That does sound tough. Yeah, I wish I was talking to Bean about that because I know this tournament also had a lot of Crimson Order versus Cave Goblin games, and that's another like unwinnable matchup for Cave Goblins. It would be cool, and of course I don't think this is going to happen anytime soon, but like a wish I would have for the far future of Plaid Hat games was that you could have like one matchup you veto, like just one singular one, which the random game organizer will make sure you never get that matchup. Um, and so I think for a lot of people that would be like you said with Tundra Orcs, you could ban out against Crimson Order. Um, same thing with Cave Goblins, or like if you're Fungal Dwarves, you could ban out Storm Goblins or something. Okay, I'll watch that. Swamp Orcs versus Cave Goblins. I've heard from Astro that this is a very Cave Goblins side matchup, but I'm happy to watch it. Also, Jexic games are you versus Jexic sounds a lot of fun. Let's say it that way. I'm sure that's a quicker one. Um, let's see. Here it is. All right, we have to teach Astro how to win as Swamp Orcs against Cave Goblins because he thinks this is their worst matchup. Yeah, Joe's making sure you're gonna lose, right? Joe's doing everything possible. Gives you the Tundra Orcs, Crimson Order, and the Cave Goblins versus. Okay, interesting. Oh, interesting. I can see how Breakers versus Swamp Orcs is bad. I think the only game I watched, Swamp Orcs won, but it was very. Yeah, it was not. Let's say it was not the highest quality game. Oh no, my God, this opening. How do you even come back from this? This looks already over. If I saw this as a Swamp Orcs, I'd be like, all right, I'm done. Go next. Oh, double Vimancer is a great answer. Okay, I like it. I like it. Nice. That's a really nice hand to answer this. You guys both had very good starting hands. Nice play, Nestle. And nice play by Jexic also. Oh no, you whiff. And you definitely go for the gate here, right? Interesting. Interesting. If I was Jexic, I think I would have won for the gate. It was kind of a risk going for that play, but look. Oop, whiffs. I'm guessing Drudge is actually pretty decent in this matchup. Yeah, that's true. But two of their gates, I feel like just probably instantly die. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a cave goblin expert, so I only like playing cave goblins against frogs. I think that was by far the funnest. The only matchup I liked playing against Grox pre nerf was cave goblins. That was a very fun matchup. All right. Texas doing a good job getting both the gate spots, but you're doing a good job stopping this gate spot. I think probably Jexic made kind of a mistake doing a gate here. It's a little bit too unprotected. Maybe it should have been a little farther back. But outside of that, I think you both have been playing well. Nice gate in the back row. I have a game round one against Art of War, I think, where I just could not draw gates for the life of me, and they punished it very well. He has Mountain Vargath. That game, I felt like I had no way of winning. Okay, nice play. So for newer players, you can see Nestle did an amazing job here with this gate in the back row, especially against aggro factions. It's so hard for sneaks to get close to it. Hmm. Hasn't raged. Interesting that he's keeping Eater, but I guess there's no reason not to. You mean unlike Wayfarers or like another aggressive faction like that, Nestle? That they're the most honest because um, they don't have any outside of their event. They don't really have any like crazy hacky moves. Sneak, I guess. Yeah, Wayfarers can do that out of nowhere, or just like take all your gate spots. I like this line, by the way. This line's hilarious. This is beautiful. I'm so happy you showed us this game. Just this line of units. So good. All right, this is the big one. Does he hit the 2 out of 2? Because I think probably this game's over. Oh no, he whiffs it. I think the game was over if he had hit that. Yeah, true, true. I guess the hardest thing to take account of is clingers. Clingers are always it's always very cool to see like amazing clinger play. At what point did you feel like you have the? Is this like the turn you sort of felt like I'm starting to stabilize Nestle? Because I think this would be the turn where I'm like, yeah, no, I'm more chilling right now. Because you did a good job just blocking off. Even with 1 health units, it's very hard for cave goblins to get within this formation. Yeah, balance in all things. Someone they took your good roll or your bad rolls from last game and made them good rolls in this game. Oh, the whiff. Oh, the other whiff. Poor Jexic. I'm assuming they're enraging though. Yeah, yeah. Kind of have to. But you'd have liked to not have to use. Oh, they whiffed again on the Vine Mancer. My God, this is a hero Vine Mancer. Oh no. Oh no. Poor Jexic. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, this is tragic. Yeah, because it's not a. Yeah, because it feels like a common because it's a 0 cost. But yeah, no, it's the champion, so you can't pull it. Yeah, I can see this still looks a little bit stressful for you, especially if they're able to clear everything. Oh, the whiff. The whiff. But they get it. Oh, that's another whiff. uh, get unrelenting though. This is not the best unrelenting, just because getting everything like you only, like you said, in terms of honesty, like every single movement outside of clingers on cave goblins require one of your three actions to move. So uh, just getting them out of position is a win onto itself. Those slingers were rooting for you, Nestle. Nice, bring the clinger here. But yeah, I can see why Astro says this is a very hard matchup for. I guess factions which can get into the face of swamp orcs before they can get set up with their swamp are always going to do well. So, like you said, wayfarers, cave goblins, um, maybe Fae once they get buffed. I'd be curious to see the Fae matchup currently. It could be that Fae are too slow unless they have the right hands currently. Oh yeah, I wish you could after the game see both players' hands, because you can, even after the game usually you can only see your own hand, not your opponent's. Yep, it's a hero Vinemancer. Me. All right, gang blurb out. This is a tragic game for yeah, but it's cool to see. I think you played both very well. It's not a it's another great game you recommended, Nestle. It's a nice games. Uh, like the fact that it's this close with Jexic missing so much makes me agree with Astro that this is probably a very Cave Goblin side matchup, because you both have been playing very well. Oh, interesting. I lost a game like that actually. I was against in my last round. I was playing actually Storm Goblins versus Tundra Orcs. And if I had known my opponent's hand that they had discarded all their commons already, I probably could have went for the win. But I was just so afraid because my summoner was at 2 health that I had to like really play around their commons, and I just lost because of that. So very well played by them. But it's always like, do you go for the risk or do you not? It's always an interesting question. So yeah, they're trying to play around this pylon. Do you go Splank? Oh, you go Glurp. Yeah, Glurp price. It's really good this matchup also. Getting all your gates back. Yeah, at this point though, you're probably feeling comfy. Muglug at a, because even with Eater, would Eater be that big of a deal, or could you just move away from it? Yeah. Yeah, Bean, we were talking about that. These slingers have just been whiffing. Oh, there's the slinger. Finally, a two for two. I see. Yeah, so he had the six magic, and so you were probably super afraid that he had Eater up next. But would Eater have done anything at this point? Maybe. Oh, did you get the three for three? Nice. That was a fun game. Thanks, Nestle. That was a great game to share. Alrighty. Um, which game should I watch next? Let's watch a Shoots game. Poor Shoots. Yeah, feeling the storm goblins in the tree. Elo hell. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, I think to your point, Crimson Order, nothing against players who play it, but it's just not the most fun to watch a lot of times because it is usually very grindy, like people were pointing out on Discord. Nah, these eight Nestle's are very fun to play with. Great player, especially yep. Um, if you are you in a live league B's8? Let's watch. I do want to watch this one later, but uh, once it's done, let's watch the only Storm Goblins because I'm a Storm Goblins lover. Let's see. Shoots the hero of the Storm Goblins, the only one able to bring it to the last round. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, Eden is now invested. So I'm assuming this is one of the harder matchups for Storm Goblins. That said, it's still probably like 45, 55 if I had to guess. Um, just because uh, Storm Goblins or just because Filth are able to easily spread out. Like they're not a faction which wants to have a lot of units at a time, um, unless you're playing Invoker, which is not something I'd recommend. I think if Nestle wanted to, or not Nestle, if hmm, was that a little bit of a mistake? I think this was a little bit of a mistake by. So just talking about So would you have been able to? I feel like there's a way. Am I wrong? Oh, sorry. If shoots had the same hand starting, then they would have been able to. Um, wait, what? Does tentacle really start all the way up there? Oh, this is just a bug. This is a visual bug. Is it? What's happening? I'm restarting this. I think there's a visual bug on my screen. Yeah, that's a good point, Nestle. Filth do play very similar to Tundra Orcs. I do think Filth are arguably the second strongest faction in this tournament. Uh, yeah, I feel like, or maybe just not enough movement. I'll have to math it out. I feel like there's a way to get uh, two attacks on the cultist. Yeah, Filter are doing very well in this tournament. They're the second most pick outside of Crimson Order, and they have like a very high win rate. They're currently at a 59, so almost a 60% win rate, and they're the second most picked faction. So they're doing amazingly. Like that's almost Frog's amount of win rate. Though I must say I'd much rather play the Filth than the pre-nerfed Frogs. But maybe I eat my words soon once people get better at them. But I think the reason the Filth are doing so well is they're just so versatile. Getting the early damage on Thrak makes sense, especially if you can't kill the Witch. The reason you don't do it on the Witch there is because technically, okay, interesting. Interesting. I'm not okay. Whatever. It worked out. I was gonna say the reason why you wouldn't attack the witch is because you don't want to get the witch down to one. In which case, Thrak can just basically attack and then destroy it or sacrifice it for free. So the reason they're doing this is because they have a discharge in hand, but this is kind of risky again, unless I guess they're gonna ground afterwards, which makes sense. So this is a semi-tricky choice. You notice that most likely, yeah, you see that Shoots does not attack with the Kite Rider until afterwards, just because you don't want to break the chain. Kite Riders, I think one way if they wanted to buff Storm Goblins, just get rid of this line that Kite Riders can hurt themselves like that. It's so annoying. Yeah, without grounding, you probably just go down to like 3 next turn. Curious they didn't use the discharge. Oh, because Bestial Mutant counts as a champion. I didn't realize that. Okay, so it's Bestial Mutant. Do they have a third champion, or is it just 2 champions? Bestial's a champion. That's the reason why. I didn't realize that though. Invoker, Incanter must be a champion. Yeah, so it's Incanter. Interesting. That's good to know. Beast, Incanter, and Abomination are all champions. But yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, why didn't you discharge? But then I realized. Hmm. Yeah, exactly. They have like one super champion, and then the rest are just, like you said, really good commons. Interesting for the Strider on this side. I guess they just want to get the extra attack on with the Witch, but you do leave yourself a little bit more vulnerable. Um, I guess also Doctor Doom has 7 magic, which I'm not accounting for, so maybe it's the better play. But I could see an argument for having Strider in front and just not attacking with it. I guess you don't guarantee the cultist, but is what it is. Storm Girls looks so happy. Yeah, no, it's good. It's good to get to know which ones are champions or not, because like you said, you might miss a Vimancer play or something, or plan everything around it. So it's Incanter, Beast, and Abomination are the 3 champions. But yeah, Incanter and Beast, I have no clue if I didn't look it up. Oh yeah, I think was it Bees 8? You have to explain Bees 8 about Live League. I'm sure they'll like it if you have the time, of course. Oh, interesting. So that's the second volatile on Spew. Oh, okay. They took back Spew and then they summoned Beast. Makes sense. Okay. Makes sense. Yeah, Spew doesn't seem the best against Storm Goblins. Or not like a must. Beast seems way good, and I think Doctor Doom does a really good job with that. Um, this is a nice play by Shoots, basically keeping the Witch at 4 so that it doesn't get killed by the Beast, and then it feels even worse. But that's why basically Doctor Doom's getting the tentacle here. If you don't kill it, because then it goes to 3, and then you're able to sacrifice it next turn. So both players are playing very well. Very solid Summoner Wars. Shoots keeping both of the champions here, starting with Skiz. Skiz is really good, especially if you have Overcharge. I haven't seen Overcharge yet, which I'm assuming means that they're in the they're in the bottom half of his deck. Looks like, but this would be a sick Overcharge turn. So the good news for Shoots here is that both volatiles were used, so you don't really need to be afraid too much of an assassination. The main thing you're worried about here is just an abomination. The good news is you have Skiz out, and so if you're able to keep Skiz alive, and especially draw an Overcharge, you're able to do at least 4 guaranteed damage plus whatever other dice you're able to put on top of um, Abomination if it's summoned. Encanter Mutant. Looking good. Getting the 6 dice. Encanter's so good in some positions. But yeah, this looks just miserable. Um, and also, Doctor Doom's Demigog has a 14 boost. Like, this looks so bad for Storm Goblins. Not that I think it could be you're right, Nestle. Like, uh, I don't think Shoots did anything wrong. It's just like these two gates together, which are great gates against Sand Goblins. Or sorry, Storm Goblins. Um, Maybe just plus the two factions makes it just really hard. It's a league for impatient people. So I guess I can explain it a little bit. So basically, Live League is so most games on Summoner Wars probably you've played are 3-day timers, but Eden basically was kind enough to organize a league where the games are 45-minute timers. So you play it live. You set aside like 2 hours with your opponent, and then you play one game a week. Um, and there's different pools. You choose one faction to play, uh, and a backup faction in case you and your opponent have the same primary faction. Uh, Eden's very kind. Should I emphasize that? Eden the tyrant. Um, but no, yeah. So if you like playing live games, just games you can because I think that's one complaint a lot of people have with 3-day timers is that sometimes you get back from work or get back from school, whatever you are currently doing, and you just don't want to play Summoner Wars, but you're forced to because of the 3-day timer. So in this case, you and your opponent can basically choose to play a 2-hour block where you just play Summoner Wars. Usually it's a lot less, but up to I guess an hour and a half, and you play. Eden the Steel Fist. Yeah, the dictator Eden. So this is it's a cool all in by Shoots. It's basically desperation. There's a abomination here. Uh, there's already a volatile used, so you're not really afraid of that. He's also doing a good job. Okay, I like that also. Giving another avenue of attack potentially next turn. Because basically, okay, this does not look good for Eden. Or not for Eden, for Shoots. This is probably the turn he loses. Yeah, he gets the tentacle. So you're gonna at least have 3 attacks or 2 attacks. Yeah. All right. Let's see. So I think this is the last turn of the game, but let's see if we can figure out a way if they whiffed on this, which is pretty hard to whiff. Does Eden have a shot? Or sorry, does Shoots have a shot here? Um. So you do have Izik. You do have Overcharge, so it's down to 4. I guess you would have one shot, but it would be a low shot. Actually, it's not that low. It'd be a 6 for 4. You would have to Witch Izik get or no? Does it work? Yeah, it would work. So you do Izik back and forth. Thrak goes here. Witch behind. 2 hope Izik kill the Izik with your Thrak, and then the Witch goes in for the kill. It actually would be not bad. So this is actually kind of all in here. So yeah, this would actually be winnable if Doctor Doom. So if Doctor Doom did not hit this, uh, it's probably. Actually, no, it's not because I'm wrong. Because there's no chain actually, so I'm completely wrong. I'm very wrong. It would be still a chance, but it would have to be a 6 for 7. Or so 6 range dice out of 7. Uh, yeah, that's the only way it would work. So yeah, no, this game is most likely done. So good play by both players. And they hit it. That was a fun game. So far, only really good games, which makes sense. We've only been watching Nestle games, Jexic games, and Pool 1, or Tournament A. It's always cool to see how many good players there are out there. So we've watched a bunch of Doctor Doom games against Davoud and Shoots. Hmm. Let's see. Just trying to look at factions, which might be interesting. Um, Shadow Elves, High Elves. I saw this Vexor Prophet game. It just felt like the game was too short, and it had nothing to do with both of them. But just Vexor just had a really good starting hand, um, and just won really quickly. But both players played well. Um, but not worth rewatching. We can watch. Oh, this was a cool game. I already watched this one. Prophet has sick last turn to win that. Um, Vanguards versus. If I was Ben, I'd love watching this. But I hate watching Vanguards and I hate watching Crimson Order. The games last too long. Um, and also, you rarely see any cool combos, though there are a lot more with the tournament Vanguards. Let's watch. Oh, what should we watch? A Bean game? We can watch OD versus Filth. Let's see how this goes. So OD are also not doing the best in this tournament, right? Yeah, 35. They're by far the lowest. Oh no, fungal doors are lower. We have but OD is way more picked. But yeah, I'm super excited. These pools seem really tight. Um, Most likely Shampoo will be the only person who's 4-0, though this game also looks like Shampoo's going to lose. So probably going to be 3-1. It could be potentially 4 players at 3-1 in pool 2, which would be incredible. That'd be so much fun for next week. That means it's basically anyone's game. Versus pool 1, mattering how the Chibata game goes. We'll see. Pool 1's also kind of a lot of people in play. Sorry, going back to the game. Oop, what happened? Okay, let me close some of these. And then I think after this we watch a Div B game. Let's see. Should we watch the Bean win? Do you guys want Cave Goblins versus High Elves, or should we watch OD versus Filth? What are you guys thinking? Maybe I flip a coin. Unless someone has a preference. Let's see. I'll flip a coin then. Eternal Council and Breakers. You know what's gonna happen, Nestle? Jexic's gonna choose Eternal Council, and then he's gonna choose the counter Eternal Council. What's the counter to Eternal Council even? Maybe he's gonna choose like Shadow Elves or something. You wanna watch OD? Okay, we'll watch OD game. Because there's only one OD player. Bean betrayed OD. This is the reason why Bean went 3-1-3. If Bean had chosen OD, he'd be at least 2-2. I can guarantee that. Betrayed by OD. Though I think he had very bad luck with OD last tournament, and that's the reason he didn't bring it. Okay, let's watch this game. Should be a fun matchup. Interesting. Gets it, so he can have the put the guard in front. It's interesting you don't try to block this gate spot. I guess that's the interesting thing here. What do I know? I guess the reason you don't want to block the gate spot is because tentacle mutant is not as good without. But if you have tentacle mutant block a gate spot, that's so annoying. Breakers it is. How many games do you usually have running out of time, Nestle? Alright, this is a nice play because you got to kill it and then you got to put the guard in front. Also, holy moly, that's like the best worst balls are. You get 3 boosts but no sworn. But for newer plays, that's a nice play by Balzahar because you basically attack first so you can get more chance of getting boosts in Balzahar, then you attack with a sworn afterwards. That way, less chance of losing a boost. Yeah, I definitely think you attack Balzahar here with Tentacle. I think the one unfortunate thing is that Demigog is not. If Demigog was in the starting position, you'd be able to get 3 boost here. But I guess being an OD player knows the tricks and knows that potentially. Oh my god, that was lucky. What was that? What did I just watch? A 6 for 7? Uh, I mean, either way, I guess it was dead with Volcanic Blast. But still, that's nuts. Poor Bean, after ballsing people for so long, gets ballsed himself. Uh, how many games do you run out of time? No, not this Bean. Eden had spoken. He wanted to see an OD game, Bean, and this is the only. Ander is the only player to have chosen OD, and sadly, the only game he's played about is against you. But to be honest, in this position, you look pretty good. The only thing which looks bad is that he has 9 magic, and you know you're gonna get Volcord. Volcar is so good if you can get out early. You can do 2 45-minute games in a row? Damn. Jexic, that's impressive, actually. Balzahar is so scary. You got the Beast Mutant. So far you're looking fine. I guess this turn's a little bit scary because you just don't have another gate. Interesting. You almost got it. If you had the 3 out of 3, you'd have been able to get it. Tragic. Yeah, you need to Horrify there. So far you're looking good. Though the only problem is you only have this one gate, which is also pretty far up. And they have this super forward gate. Yeah, this looks kind of scary because they're kind of pinching you into this corner. And Balzahar loves corners because of Volcanic Blast, and they've only used one of them. And now Volcar is coming back. Protect your Valcors. Agreed, Eden. Oh, you get it. Clutch hit. Nice play by Bean here. Also blocks the gate spot here, which is really nice. That way, this gate is less in danger. Now, very, very nice play by you Bean here. This was a great turn. Interesting. I'm not sure if that was needed, but I could see it. You just want to get more damage on balls. Yeah, I'm not sure this was needed because it's I think the problem is that you're just losing 2 magic to get 2 damage on balls. Um, and I think the magic number for like where balls gets really scared is when he gets to 5, especially if you have um, one more volatile. Shield of the Hopeful. Guard dies. Curious the way he attacks here. Yeah, he's going for the max. Damn. That's tragic. I always forgot that this works on range dice also. Chains. Yeah. 100%. It's a lot of cards for two. Ooh, Demigod's gonna get hit hard here. Interesting. Takes the damage. Huh. Oh, I guess the double attack because of that makes sense. So this is kind of scary. I'm curious. I'm assuming you have the. Okay. Chance for is 4 for 6 there if you had the other one. Yeah, good point, Eden. All right. Oh, gets the 4 for 4. So here you're like, you have one final shot, I guess. So you go for Spew and Winged. And then potentially, if you have Tentacle, you can do something. Volatile Tentacle? Oh no, that's tragic. Oh, it makes sense. Yeah, yeah. You rather use not tentacle, because tentacle's only 2 sword and 3 range is always better. Oh, for the 3 for the win! Oh no, whiffs! But nice attempt. That was 4 for 6. I think you're favored for that, right? Let's see. I'm pretty sure that's a favorite. Yeah, you're just getting volcanic blasted. You're getting the volcanic blasted. Tragic. I think you were even with all that, you were favored. Just the dice failed you because that was that 6 bow. Yeah, 67%. So a little bit higher than a coin flip. So in another world, you win that bean. What happened to the demon? Demon got killed, or I think it died to. Oh, you thought bean was OD. And Andrew does play like a bean OD. Bean, you why did you stop playing OD in tournaments again? Were you just you want to try something different, or was it because last tournament you were having bad luck with them? Yeah, I think it was Hellforge Jacks. Yeah, I mean you were favored for it. And also you couldn't move Demigod, right? Up one. It's just tragic. I mean, I guess there's. Yeah, I don't think you could do much. I guess you could have put your summoner up here, but then you're getting like, yeah, no, it doesn't make a difference. Doesn't make too much of a difference. Yeah, just tough. Just tough. But that was a fun game. Bean, you made it sound like you just got crushed that game. It was not crushed. That was a back and forth swinger. All right, let's watch a Div B game. A quick one. Let's see a quick matchup. I want to see how Div B compares. Yeah, exactly. It was a great game. Well played by both players. A game you definitely can be proud of, Bean. Let's see. What's a fun one? Cave Goblins versus Filth. I'm trying to like see if I can find two aggro factions. Just duking it out. Oh, SF Psyduck winning with SF versus Fungal Dwarves? This might be fun. We can watch this Psyduck game. Someone has them in their fantasy. Or as their favorite. Okay, we'll watch this one. If this is too long, though, we'll skip midway. But hopefully it's short. MV versus Sand Goblins? That could be fun. Yeah, Filth versus Cave Goblin sounds fast. This one looks really fast also. Alright, we'll watch this. And then we'll watch another Div B game. So this is Div B. Psyduck, who is Jexic's favorite, or one of Jexic's favorites. Oh, whiffs. Versus Calfee, who Beast chose Calfee as their favorite. Oh, this is a hero carrier. Absorbed all 3 attacks. And Meti, yep. I guess I always see this card Waden, or not Waden. Yeah, Waden get discarded, but maybe against Funkledorf is pretty good. Can get 2 attacks. Well, I take back everything I said. Oh, never mind. Waden too good. All right. Rebuking for 0. Rebuking for 0 is always amazing. Though when it's a carrier, I guess it's not. Oh, double rebuke! Oh my god. All right. Div B is where it's at. These are next level. I've never seen a double rebuke in a turn. Oh my god. What a play. What a play. I can see why Psyduck is Jexic's favorite. Double rebuke. Interesting. I think most other players would have not went. Because now Kaldak is super exposed. But I guess they wanted the magic. But if I were Kaldak, I would have moved away. Gets the hit. Ooh, the whiff. But now this poor Kaldak, the Wayfarer experience, just stuck in this corner, nowhere to go. Gate right in front of his face. You're just hoping for a double command player, a double. I'm not sure even that even works on champions though. I think it's only commons. Damn. poor, poor fungal dwarves got SF'd. Oh, swarm. All right, I think this does it. Damn. All right, that was a fun game. Very quick. We'll quickly watch the. Someone wanted to see the cave goblin versus or the. Which one was it? Filth versus sand goblins, or cave goblins. Filth versus cave goblins. Where's that one? That should be a fun one also. And this is also the current leader, TYT, versus Flash 19. I don't think anyone had Flash 19. The dark horse of the dark horse, Flash 19. Oh, true. I need to change my name, or change my. I'll do that. I'll do it tomorrow. Thank you, Bean. Interesting. I like it. Getting early damage on the gate's probably really good versus the Phil, especially because the gate's on the third row and has no protection. Wait a second. How is TYT in Pool B when he played in Tundra Orcs? What? This guy's been this person's been here forever. TYT. I'm gonna have to mm, you better be, or he already is, so he will never be again. Okay, he already is diamond right now. So, or they are already diamond. Hmm. Doing the eat and taking advantage of these poor first time players. No, I'm kidding. There's a lot of players in Pool B who have been playing for a bit, but also a lot of new players. So I still recommend people playing it. The value of that bursting. Is High Elves good versus Eternal Council? I could see that. I could see that. Yeah, true. The same avatar. Oh, the whiff. The whiff on the beast. All right, there's a nice turn coming up here. This is a nice and rage turn. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see EC versus HE. I'm assuming EC has to push in, get in that formation. But at the same time, it's a little bit hard sometimes against Hiles. Unrelenting. Wait, did they not enrage? What? Interesting. I would have enraged there, definitely. Huh, curious to see what they were thinking. Maybe they were thinking that it was not worth 2 extra damage on Demigog and Spew. Yeah. I guess that's why you're saying breakers are so bad against them. I remember that was a league matchup, but I think I was in Div 4 at that time, so it's been a while since I played it. All right, Enrage is getting a lot of value here, so turns out I'm wrong. Don't listen to me for advice. This might be, no, it can't be the turn. Well, the turn after this it would be. All right, what does Demigog do? You potentially have a kill here on sneaks, which is crazy to think about. Um, okay, that's a nice play. Getting the really nice play by Flash, getting the 3 damage on there. Um, that said, okay, maybe. Just going for the all in. Or how are you doing this? Incanter, swapping you for Incanter. So there's a kill shot here. Nice play. Nice play, nice play. Has to go perfect. Damn. Sneaks with 1 left. Yeah, nice turn by both players. 2 great turns in a row. escape placement here, just because you don't want. Though I think TYT has used both volatiles, but the idea would be that you would have a flying mutant into volatile, um, some type of ranged unit to get the last damage on sneaks. Yeah, Divby's nuts. He has some really good players. I'm curious where, or if XYX, the semifinalists from last tournament, if they still play or not. Alex, I think, and then yeah, Alex, I think their name was. Because they're forged and they're storm goblins and they're SF. Like that's such a crazy in retrospect. Four factions to get, or three factions to get into the finals. SF forged and storm goblins were the factions, and they almost won it. And they almost won it. I mean, to be fair, Orange Lazarus also had a. It was Tundra Orcs, Swamp Orcs, and Shadow Elves. So no dirty frogs, at least back then. And they get the kill. Nice play. Nice play. Sick clinger play by Flash to beat the current favorite for Pool B. What a sick play. Very cool. All right, I guess we have to wait till next week to see Real Llama versus TYT, but that should be a fun one. Yeah, that's what CG players live for. Yep. Klinger's OP. Klinger's OP. Buff climbers to go through commons. Yep. Not broken at all. Yep. Um, all right, let's go back to some Div A. Let's see if there's a fast one here. Tundra Orcs versus Phoenix Elves. I would love to see some Tundra Orc action. Anders also brought some. Yeah, that was a great game by both players. This game I'm the most excited for. We'll definitely be watching whoever wins this game, Fungal Doors versus Tree between Psych and Ace Guy. Whenever it's done, we'll be watching that guaranteed from start to finish. Such a fun matchup. We can watch Beans High Elves versus Cave Goblins. That's a fun matchup. Haven't seen this one yet, but I'm assuming it's probably a little bit hard for. It's probably hard for both factions, but let's see how Bean plays it. I'm addicted to more Cave Goblins. I think I can always watch more Cave Goblins and more Tree. Though Tree games take a while. I guess Sand Goblins also. I could watch infinite amount of Sand Goblins. Tundra Orcs is also another faction I could watch forever. The defensive Cave Goblins. I like this. I like this. So here you're praying Bean for not a you don't want a Liberty. The Liberty on Cave Goblin sounds amazing. If they pay Liberty on Cave Goblins, you're probably so happy. But yeah, Liberty here, you might have died. Interesting. I'm curious if this baits them into getting rid of the Sanctity also. Yeah, with Liberty you'd have died. Potentially. Um, but here it's nice. Yeah, because this aura is like so good for Law of Loyalty is so good. Also with cave goblins because you can just sneaks all the way back afterwards. Cling, 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 cling. True, Nestle. I was saying defensive and then sneaks gets down to 4, or is prepared to take almost all their health. That's kind of a nice play also by Bean because look, if there's no Liberty, if they don't die that turn, the Horde stays alive because all the attacks go on sneaks. I think it's an underrated aspect of Summoner Wars is using your summoner's health as a way to improve your board state. Ooh, yeah, this has been so good. And this this Law of Loyalty is doing so much work for Bean. Wart needs to discard here a lot. This is and I'm curious why they didn't Sanctity. I feel like you have to Sanctity there because you're just gonna get wrecked otherwise. And also, I guess they're still trying to go for assassination play on sneaks would be their logic. Yeah, I guess I can see it. But yeah, that last hand was they got clogged by events. Also, double liberty. Double liberty. Now is a this game seems very hard. Bean's doing a great job getting in there, surrounding the gates, giving way too many attack targets for high elves to deal with. War here is also very scary. War with the cave goblins. I guess yeah, that's why they're sanctitying makes sense. But even then, like these gates are definitely going down. Also, this liberty is yeah, because what's gonna happen here? I guess Bean didn't have any commons, but you can get double attacks on the gates there. And this is the agent war, you know. The cave goblins probably want to keep this war alive. It's doing work. Smeg in this game. Yeah, it's like that's fun. I like that. Why? I don't understand the war. I guess they want to get the climber. They feel like they're behind. But I think war here is just bad, to be honest. And also, they need to push because they have 3 moves. The priest should be up to stop blocking this gate spot by them. I think there's some mistakes here. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You use the war so well. I think you're using the war better than they do. Um, but look, it's hard in this position also. So I'm not trying to flame W Wart. It's more trying to think of different things, different ways they could have won this game. They did get gate clogged pretty badly, or not gate clogged, event clogged. But yeah, this is why High Elves is such a hard faction to pilot, especially if you get the wrong draws. I mean, Valeria is technically at 9. They have a gate here. I'm assuming they have 2 more gates in their uh, discard. B did a very good job keeping themselves safe after baiting some attacks on sneak. But yeah, this war is just doing so much work for you, Bean. So much work. Is this it? Is this it? Oh, survives that one. Is there a way you lose here? Okay. Gets that. Oh, I see. Cool play. Potential kill there. Nice play by Wart. I almost didn't see that. There's always a way to lose. Nice play. I think that was probably less than a coin flip, but still. Was it 6-4? What is that? That's a 60%, right? So almost nice one. But that was a good game also. Bean did a great job. I guess at the end, maybe that was your mistake, Bean, to get. Oh, you probably didn't see that play. I didn't really see that either with Oblige. DQI had a sick play on me. I can show you guys that. I didn't see that happening at all. Like my positioning was not good, but I can show you that quickly. He had a really cool high elves play versus me. Reminds me a little bit of that. Where am I? Where is me, the loser? Here. There's always a way to lose. Yeah, I see. You're saying that in chat, Bean. Sorry, I didn't see it. Yeah, but I mean, it's a very creative play by I don't think I would have seen that. Um, where was it in the last turn? So I'm like, I'm chilling here, and then DQI has a really cool play to kill me. Yeah, though oblige on my drudger to kill me. I was like, God damn it! I forgot about oblige, but nice play by them. Um, so I played DQI I think twice with this matchup, and we've split it so far. It's an interesting matchup. Uh, I would assume, based off my experience, that it's probably Swamp Orcs favored. Um, that said, as Swamp Orcs, you do have to push up, I think, earlier than you normally would. Like, normally as Swamp Orcs, you're just trying to get, a very nice swamp around you, at least, like 4 or 5 units out, and then make a push. But I think in this matchup, you probably start pushing around like 3 units outside of Mug, um, and you need gates, of course. But yeah, I think it's probably. I mean, I'd have to ask like, there's better people to ask me than me. Like, I asked. I know Astro doesn't have too much experience with it, but maybe like people who are more comfortable with high elves or swamp orcs. But in my experience, it's been 50-50. Though it does feel like, because I usually play the swamp orcs side of the matchup, and it usually feels like if I play better as swamp orcs, the games I've lost, I probably could have at least not lost as early. Let's say it that way. I was wondering. Oop, what's happening? Okay. All right, I'll probably do like 2 more games and then call it a night. Ooh, there was an update. We have to watch the update, guys. This is the matchup of the round. God damn it, it doesn't show us. What happened? What happened? What did you do, Psych? What did Big Tree do? Okay. Okay. Not as exciting as I thought, but understandable. Just gonna take the probably wants Thune to come down here so that yeah. I don't want to give my advice for active games, but that's at least my thoughts. Tell them about the Fungal Grove. Can you play Fungal Grove? Is that a do those two symbols work in deck building? Would probably be sick. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I would love like if tree worked with like a shadow step or something like that from Shadow Elves or Flash Step, whatever it's called. True, the Fungal Grove. Alrighty, what should we watch? Glinting Speed, yeah. Glinting Speed on tree would be hilarious. That'd be my dream deck for deck building. Glinting Speed tree. I mean, Hiles versus Martin Vargas always a fun game. We can also watch Dexter's Loss. We can also watch Ace Guy's Loss. Though I don't want to watch any Crimson Order games. Ooh. Sad. I'd love to see Tree doing that. Who have we not seen play? We've not seen Aaron play. We can watch Aaron. The problem is I don't want to watch. He has both his games which are done are against Crimson Order. We're not watching any Crimson Order games. We can watch Filth versus Wayfarers. Ciabatta win. Hiles versus Mountain Vargas is always good. We can watch that. Watch some Ciabatta. Wait, was this just a timeout? Damn. Tragic. How did Mr. Plaid timeout? Okay. So why is this game? Oh, because Aaron? Oh, probably Aaron hasn't stopped his game. That's probably it. Or maybe Aaron started his game late or something. Hopefully Mr. Plaid's doing well. And they just didn't have time. I know that happened to Ben because he was at a convention or something. Okay. That's tragic though. Some of these games look really fun. Mr. Plaid brings some fun factions to watch. Tundra Orcs versus Savannah Elves. That could be fun. Yeah, let's watch Tundra Orc versus Savannah Elves. I was thinking about the other day. I think Savannah Elves is probably fine. If you really wanted to nerf them, I think you replace the starting tiger with a spirit archer. I know all the Savannah Elves players are gonna rage at me, but I think that'd be hilarious. Just get rid of the starting line. Because are they the only faction which starts out with two costs? Or no, Lion's one cost, right? Lion is a one cost. My bad. Oh, it is a two cost. Are they the only faction which starts with two costs in their starting formation? Hmm. Is there any other faction which has that many two costs? I don't think so. Not off the top of my head. Yeah. Yeah, I can't think off the top of my head any factions. Oh, that's a nice freeze by Anderst. I always forget about freeze when I'm playing as Tundra Orcs. Like it's such a cool ability, but it doesn't really match their style. I feel like I don't wish it to go away. I'm very happy it stays. But when I think about Tundra Orcs, I don't really think about freeze. Interesting to put the Rhino behind Grognak because I feel like I want to save this gate spot. But I guess the idea is that Rhino is such a danger that they have to deal with it. In there, I like it. And you see Mimway? Maybe that's the way the game ends. Oh, true tree. Uh, oh, this is hilarious. I love this by Ace Guy. The gate blocking by your own. You blocking Grognak with your own gate. That's hilarious. I'm happy we chose this game. Like, there's certain games you know are gonna be crazy just based off how both players place their gates, and this looks like one of them. Just like both players are going for very fun gates. This gate spot is so good. That's so funny. Grognak just stuck. Oh, the fabled 6 for 6. Nah, three. That's why you never place Groggy in the enemy's second row. Just get surrounded by their gates. I mean, you're still probably feeling fine-ish. You're just like, I hope I don't die this turn. Which, of course, is what's going to happen. uh, Tragedy. Smart also to put 6 boost on here. That way that if he doesn't, there's no type of a for glory turn on the Lion and then the Smasher, both getting on Abu. But that was a fun game. The double gate to lose it. Uh, so good. Nestle knows. I didn't see that game. Was that in the finals? I have to watch that game again. Hopefully it's not broken. All right, that was a fun game. All right, we got a update on Snag versus Chibata, but we'll wait for that later. Yeah, both pools are super tight in terms of what can potentially happen. Uh, oh, and the Tournament of Champs. Oh, sad. I hope maybe Ben has it because I know Ben went through a lot of the Tournament of Champion games. Maybe I can check it there. And I think he went through a lot. He did like he went through. I know all of Jexic's Tundra Orc games. So I'm curious if he went through yours during Tournament of Champions. Okay, last game. Let's think. Any requests? Otherwise, I'll just choose a fun matchup. Hmm. You know what we could do? It might be fun. Let's go to Massimo's site, and then let's do tools and apps. Oh yeah, we can look at Vexer's loss. That's a good idea. Haven't watched it yet, so should be good. So this is an interesting matchup. Um, there's just two really strong factions. Um, so it's Wart on the Filth and Vexer on the Cloaks. So what is your so it's always an interesting idea here in terms of what do you do first with Filth. I can see this in terms of there's a chance your cultist lives, but like how much is a cultist worth? I guess it really much matters how many cultists you have in your hands. And what do they discard? Let's see quickly. Oop. They discard a anointed cultist. Interesting. Huh. For 3. I guess in case you draw a beast or something is the idea. Or you can also just do more volatile plays. But I've never seen anyone throw away cultists. I mean, by anyone, I mean just myself. So I'm by no means an expert. Guess the 2 for 2. Nestle, you have one of those starting hands where you're you have a decision paralysis, or is it that your hand is so bad you don't want to do anything? Like you just want to wish the hand away. Okay, volatile flesh and bursting makes sense to get some tempo. I'm not sure if it's worth a volatile though. I guess the idea is that you also get the tempo of getting another mutant outside of your deck. I know that's something. Was it Beast was talking about, or someone who I was recently talking with was talking about? The volatile is not just for killing something, but also just to get important mutants into your hand. And this bursting is definitely in a great position. Look, at least 2 damage, definitely. Potentially way more, um, unless the unit's killing it from 3 range away. Yeah, that makes sense. Jexic. Yeah, Annoyant makes the most sense to use for magic, just because you get nothing out of it outside of your opponent. The only thing which is good for is just that it's supremely tanky. That makes a lot of sense. This bursting value. Look, this is why I said bursting is the best mutant. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, and you get the gate. Oh, so good. So good. Bursting, best mutant by far. Yep, yep. No one can convince me otherwise. These gates are interesting. So if I were Vexer, I would really try to get my summoner, especially if you're trying to play range game. I'd really try to get my summoner to this side of the board. Uh, though I guess there's an argument with Into the Shadows that staying on the side of the board is fine, especially with Vlox, with the Machinist in the corner. because you basically just get a lot of dice on these lines. It would be interesting to see people's thoughts on that. Would you go to this side of the board, or would you stay here and just, get 8 dice per turn basically on this aisle? Because Vox is still at 12, I guess. The advantage of going to this side of the board would be that Demigod would not be able to contribute, but at the same time, Demigod would be able to get a bunch of boost. All right, we got Anointed, and we got Abomination is out. these gates are so funny. The ladder up to blocks, just a giant ladder. So it gets a bomb out, stays here so it doesn't get surrounded, which is a nice idea. Just slowly getting its value up. The problem about this position, as lecture shows, is that you get a Machinist, susceptible to Machinist. Um, yeah, this gate dies almost instantly to 8 dice to the face. I can see why people are so adamant how broken this combo is. Oh god, so many dice. Okay. So I guess the Spew Mutant gets a... and also has a Tentacle already on, so it can hit Phlox. Is this a volatile turn, or do you keep it for some assassination? Abomination in front's also nice with Anoint, because it's hard to Into the Shadows this. If Vlox was one step back, then potentially you could do some cool sniper play. But can't currently. Yeah, these gates are amazing. And then puts the next one here. I think they realize how quickly Vlox is able to kill with double Machinist. So what happens here? So a Zeal happens. So this could be potentially a kill. Ooh, interesting. Because it already has Spew. Okay. Guess the 3 goes there. And then it's going to Volatile for the extra damage. Okay, down to 3. Oh, and then that's so cool. Okay, so they decide not to get the 4 dice. Basically, they're all in on this turn, and going for the 3 for 4. Um, and to be honest, a 3 for 4, I think you go for that. What's a 3 for 4 percentage wise? Let's see. Very nice play. Very cool not to cancel. Just use it volatile as destroying the unit to get the spew. 60%, yeah. I mean, look, when you're against a really good player, sometimes it's worth going. If you're above 50%, even if you're at a coin flip and you feel like you're behind on board, and to be honest, they probably felt that way with Abomination down to 3. They only have 5 more cards. Vexer has 9. Vlox was at 8 there. Like, Vlox next turn, if you don't kill him, can, with Moto Boots, get to the middle of nowhere. We haven't seen Dagger yet. Like, this Abomination's definitely dead. It was a great play. Just got to go for it. Basically 50. I see. So yeah, the total amount is about a 50-50. Yeah, but I think in that position you definitely go for the coin flip, right? Like, you don't have that many boosts on Demigod. It's not like the game we saw earlier where Doctor Doom had 13 boost on Demigod. Um, yeah, very nice play. Nice play, Wart. I've never seen this player before. Also, did they start recently or have they been here for a while? Let's see. Season 4. They've been here for a while. Okay, I'm just very wrong. I need to play more ladder, I guess. Yeah, they've been here longer than I have. Yeah, it seems that way. I'm sad having to. I guess because most of my games these days are on Massimo's league and also live league. So if I don't see someone in Massimo's league or live league, I usually don't run into them. Yeah, but great game. Great game. Um, but yeah, to recap, Pool 2 seems to be uh, basically done. Oh, I didn't realize that there were high L's in the first Faction Masters. They lost because the Tundra Orcs comes in order. How is Tundra Orcs versus high L's? I feel like that's probably 50-50, Nestle. Um, this pool again, I'm just very happy. I think the one thing which I hope they do, Joe, during the finals is that they make sure, like I know for Tortuga tournaments, when we have the finals for those and we're casting them, usually we have the players tell us which order to watch the games, and that way the games are as close as possible. Just so that if it's 1-1 and then there's a game deciding game, the game deciding game is the best game of the series. Um, so hopefully they do something similar where whoever the finalists are, they can tell the casters what order to watch, because I don't want to repeat of last time where we basically saw OL won the tournament before the last game, which was a sick game by XIX to basically win on the filth versus the high elf. Is that XIX playing? It looks like they're playing, but it doesn't look like they're in the tournament, I guess. Interesting. Yeah, basically 50-50. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that being a really fun matchup. Just very very turn by turn. Like one turn you're alive, next turn you're dead for both factions. Unless there's a sanctity up. XIX, are they playing? No. Okay. Well, that was fun. I'll be streaming tomorrow again in about or less than 12 hours actually. I'm playing against Tortugatron. Need to make sure that Tortugatron does not go 4-0. Keep Jexix's record alive. Also, I need to win this, I think. No, actually, no. I think no matter what, I go to Div 2. But anyways, for Jexix's honor, I need to make sure Tortugatron goes down with the turtles. Or I guess tortoises. Um, and yeah, but thanks for coming, guys. That was a lot of fun. Live league. Sorry, I'm just reading chat before I close out. It has no effect on you, Jexic. I think you, anyways, go to Div 3. The only thing is, didn't you go 4-0 one season? Or am I wrong? I think I have Live League here. Not sure if it's the old one, though. So this is season 4, which I think you won. No. Yeah, Tortugatron wins no matter what. But the question is, does he go 4-0 or does he go 3-1? And for everyone's honor, I need to go make him go 3-1. Actually, that's one last. Let's see if there's any. Let's see. Just so I can do some scouting. We'll do one last game if it's this DG versus SC. Oh, Sebastian, you lost with it. Oh, this is not looking good, guys. Oh, one win. Bradoff won. All right. Oh wait, the Savannah. Yeah, this is it's SA. My bad. Okay, 1 win, 2 wins, 3 wins. Okay, all right, 3-1. Okay, it's looking good for me, guys. It's looking good. We'll watch this. Let's see how Allies does this, and then we'll see. We'll do some skimming games, some quick. Oh yeah. Yeah, so Jexic, I need to make sure you're the only person ever to get 4-0 in Group 1. Yep. Can't let the tortoise get it. All right, we'll skim these games, but we won't go through the entire thing. But let's watch these 2 games in preparation so I know the general strategy, how to beat this tortoise tomorrow. Oh, this is a long game. All right. We'll just look at the key positions. Oh, and he goes second, and he still wins. All right, all right. Let's see. All right, I'm assuming this is what I need, a 5 boost. A 5. It looks like Airstone is going very slow. Trying to win the econ. But I'm assuming the seer is doing work. Oh, gets to clear it out. What happened here? What happened this turn? Oh, not that. Actually, nothing crazy. Maybe I go aggro frogs. just just try to get in his face. The aggro versus avians is probably not the idea. Oh, double. This is exactly what I'm assuming I have to do. Just double sear in the back. this looks so funny. This is the old frogs, the nightmares. I've had multiple nightmares about this double sear behind a bunch of gates. But before it used to be like turn two, two sears behind 3 gates. Yeah, that's I just might, it doesn't mean much like in terms of my placing or theirs, so maybe I'll think of something fun to do, a fun strategy to do, especially if I have the right hand for it. Just aggro frogs against against avians. That way, also, if I win, it's like one of those things where you lose, like they'll be like, "Well, I just lost to aggro frogs. I can't even feel good about myself." But then if you win, they feel even worse because they're like, "I just lost to aggro frogs." that might be the play. And that's like, "Oh, look at all these seers, 4 seers. My God, this is nightmare. This is nightmare fuel." Mm. All right, all right. And so it's 4 seers with no comments on the board. Yeah, that's what Airstone's doing. They're just like, because I feel like if you do this, Ava can just like chill in the back and just pick away. But I guess 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like literally, you can't even do that with Sears. Like, what do you do? Sears are so good. Just summon a champion. Just summon a Zyruk and just chip away at gates. Don't. That might be the tech. Don't. Don't tell Tortuga. Don't tell Tortuga. Oh, look at these beautiful Sears. They're just in the back chipping away. And there's nothing you can do. Oh, this gives me PTSD. If only Sears could attack champions, right? That'd be very balanced. Yep, yep, yep. You're messaging Tortuga. Joke's on him. I'm already going aggro bird, so his Cyruk in the back just pinging out gates will not work. Yeah, no, I agree, Jex. Like, I'm assuming Tortuga's just going to go very aggro. Or at least mid board. Alright. Pushing up as the frogs. Oh, I forgot. All 3 of you guys are casting my game tomorrow. That'll be fun. Agreed, Nestle. Agreed. Oh, it's a Wrath game. Wrath. It's always a great game when you can summon Wrath. Oh, the whiff. Is that the game-losing whiff? it's still crazy to me that the seer would be able to hit the unit over there. I love these diagonal or diagonal. I can't pronounce it. Uh, seers. Interesting. Why'd you? All right, poison potion. Need to learn. Poison potion's the key. That's what I'm learning. I'm actually very curious how this game ends. I mean, Hex at 12. Wrath is actually not that scary. And like, Hex is a 12-4. Like, 12-4, so good. Ooga booga. Ooga booga. I think, I mean, Poison Potion is not bad. I think it's just more, is Poison Potion worth a magic? And I guess I can see what you're saying. With 5 health and 3 health, making them go down to 4 health is always nicer for frogs, especially since the nerf to warriors. Like 4 health or 3 health is way easier to deal with than 5. But here I definitely see just Hecatea just has way too much health. Yeah, I can see it against Inventor, actually, Jackson. That makes a lot of sense, because that's 2 damage unless you have Coolant. It's probably really bad if they have Coolant, but they don't have Coolant, or you've already seen them use one. It's probably pretty good, because it's only going to go out basically on Inventor, or if they move any of their other units, it's going to take 2 damage. That's a great point. All right, this is the secret tech, the forbidden, the last card, Kalak. I mean, that it was just his last card, but Kalak last card feels bad. Did you just keep a potion at 1 boost? Oh, the Sky Assault. Oh no. I mean, I think this game's over regardless. But yeah, I don't see them. I don't know any singular card which would win them this game. But nice game by both players. Allies, thank you for teaching me the tricks. I will have a double sage ready behind gates. All right, let's quickly go through this one, and then I will stop and get my sleep so I can beat the turtle tomorrow. The tortoise. All right, this is another long one. 2 really good players, Lime and Bradolf. All right, this is more of my pace. You know, the aggro birds, who's about to get hit in the face, I'm pretty sure, for like 7 damage. Let's see, let's see. Yep, yep, yep. Yep, yep, yep. Yep, yep, yep. Only 3. Thank you, Nestle. Thank you. All right. We're skipping ahead. I just need to see if this ends up with like a bunch of sages behind a gate again. That's the only thing. No, this is more aggro. So we're going back and forth. Midfield, okay, okay. Lime is the one playing a little bit passive here. But doesn't get any damage on Heck besides the first turn. Interesting. I guess Heck is kind of a weird amount of... 12 health is a lot. Especially for a ranged champion. Alright. Zyruk. Ooh, Zyruk with a Seer with a bunch of health on. Right, how did... I guess the Warrior is the reason they won? Oh my god, how's the Seer reach this thing? Seers are so good. How's this possible? Okay, I see how this ends. Oh my god, gets the 4 for 5. But whiffs that. Alright, last card, Sky Assault. Let's see it. Do you go for a Seer here? I guess you do. Wouldn't there be an argument for going for Hecatea? Yeah, I think I would have went for Hecatea, to be honest. Especially with no speed potion. Yeah, I think that was a little bit of a misplay by Lime. I think if you go for Hecatea and if you get at least a 2 for 3, you threaten winning next turn. Oh, this is the bird. The bird flies away. It tries to do some funny stuff, and then Hecatea is like, can just do it for longer. The Sentinel. Yeah, I think if they had went on Ava instead of the Seer, I think that might have been a win. But this is still kind of close, I guess. Aggressive frogs. Yep, yep. I will try with the aggressive frogs. Or actually, no. I can't spoil my secrets. How does this end? I mean, wait, what? Isn't there another win there if you just hit Hecatea, pray for the 3 for 3? No, I don't have enough time to. I'm sure Lime has thought about this stuff. But I feel like there was some way to win this game. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think if they had hit Heck instead of the Seer, this game might have been a lot. It might have been their game to win. But yeah, GG's by both players. That was a fun game. Wasn't able to watch it all, but it gave me some cool ideas to beat the troll tomorrow. Sleep well, everyone. Again, I'll be streaming in about 11 hours from now against Tortugatron, trying to make sure he's not the second person to go 4-0 in Division 1 of Live League. But yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow, and sleep well.